What's up,
What's up?
guys? Coming to you. I want to talk to you about how the new DC and Marvel movies have changed the game.
That's right.
So, I recently forced him to watch Wonder Woman with me.
Yeah, he promised
Really-
pizza
Really
and twisted
his
my arm.
arm. No, but we just finished watching it, and we wanted to talk about how, like, Aquaman and Wonder Woman, and even on Marvel side, Thor 3, which he hadn't seen yet, and Avengers 3 have really kind of changed how we rank all the superheroes.
Right. We will do a movie at some point, or a video at some point in the future, ranking our favorite comic book movies, top 10 list. He'll have his, I've got mine, and we'll put that out there for you. But
We just don't have time today.
yeah,
We want to give you something to talk about how Lewis thought about Wonder Woman and how we like the other ones.
yeah. So Wonder Woman is a comic book movie unlike any other, in that it really grabs a hold of the mythology behind the character and drags it right into the present. While when I say present, but you guys know it's set in World War One, so recent present. Let
More
me say
recent,
that.
though.
Yeah, than 2,000, 4,000 years ago. It doesn't treat you as ignorant if you don't know what's going on with the mythology. But for those who are into the mythology, there's Easter eggs buried without.
We both got Superman.
Yeah.
And we're
Well,
not
and we
even
got
talking
Supergirl right there and Superman up
about
there.
Superman's right
So,
there.
and then Batman right here because he's Batman. Anyway,
He's Batman.
phenomenal movie. Literally the only nit I have to pick with it is the way the final battle with Ares plays out. I loved the twists along the way. I didn't care for him channeling his Ghostbuster bad guy. I think it's the second one, right? Vigo the Carpathian? Or is that the first one?
First one.
Ghostbusters.
I don't remember. It's been forever
Okay.
since I've seen him.
I forget who it is, but he's got like white hair and it's slicked back, and that's all I could think of when he was fighting her. But I mean, other than that, like last 5 minutes of the movie, cinematic gold.
I think that's what most people criticize it for, is the battle with Ares.
Yeah. But
Um,
how else are you gonna have that?
I thought the twist was really great. And I mentioned, like, when we saw it, we were watching, I was like, if Iron Man 3 had done, like, that good of a twist,
Right.
it would have been much better.
Um,
Like, I wish they had done it, like, the other way around. Like, the, what's his name, had actually
Adrian
been the major.
Killian
the,
or whatever. You mean
had actually been the Mandarin, and he had used the other guy as, like, the front runner for his empire. That would have been much better.
right? Like if all along you thought it was some mysterious figure and you pull it off and it's Killian, right? Adrian something. And you're like, what the heck is this? And then the guy starts cowering because he's an actor. And then it turns out, Ben Kingsley's character was all along the Mandarin. And you could have
that would have
saved.
been great.
And
I
then
didn't
you
even think about that.
right. Then we could have saved that scene at the end where he's some people call me a terrorist. I consider myself a teacher. That bit is it's so good. I hate
Yeah.
that they ruined that movie.
It would have been great if he pretended to be an actor so that you thought he was
Right.
a goofball. But then later you realize, oh, this is actually... Anyways,
He really
we're
is
not
the
here
man.
to solve the problems of Iron Man 3.
They're too many, too
All right,
numerous.
so, but you don't think that it's as good as Aquaman?
I don't. And so,
Right
so,
there.
so
Got him.
it's right on the corner there. Some of the music of Wonder Woman took me out, whereas I felt like the music in Aquaman really hooked me.
I like the Wonder Woman music.
Okay, well, I specifically mean like there's certain points where they're playing what I can only assume is like the Wonder Woman theme, and I don't know, just something about it really, like, really, this is the way you guys want to go musically at this moment? It just seemed odd to me. I love sort of the downbeat that the movie ends on. It really emphasizes the story. And honestly, I wish Aquaman had something of that in this, but there's always Aquaman 2,
Yeah.
right? Because like I wholeheartedly anticipate
we're gonna get one.
Aqua Baby's gonna die.
Aqua Baby.
Aqua Baby has to die. Aquaman and Mira's son. Like in the cartoon show, he almost dies, but no, he's Manta's gonna kill his baby. That's all I know. That's how it happened in the comics, and it was good. But no, just the world building.
They should wait at least till the third one to change it that much.
That's not changing it. What are you talking about?
It's changing the whole character, because he goes from the happy, bro guy to like the
no. It'd be at the end of the movie, toward the end of the movie.
End of the second one.
Yeah, so it leads into the third.
That'd be fine. And then the third one, you see him like start off as this, disgruntled hook guy.
Right.
From
Mira's left him.
Was it 90s?
Yeah. Mira has left him and gone into another dimension. Yeah.
Anyways.
So a redemption angle again. Yeah. I love that Aquaman has to learn and adapt on the fly. He's not perfect. Neither is Wonder Woman, despite having grown up and being told over and over again that she is perfect, and yet they're still on par with these deities or whatever. You know what I mean? Like Wonder Woman, she's a goddess. Aquaman, he is the king of the seas. I mean, he's like one or two steps below Poseidon or Neptune, whatever version of the character the movies might go with, and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And
I think the only reason I'm tempted to put Wonder Woman over Aquaman is because they've got all those callbacks to the Christopher Reeve Superman, and I love her like trying to figure out, modern or 1920s. Or 1910s society. I love that part. Like when she's in the dress and she's got the sword,
she's trying to fight with
the shield, and she's trying to jump through the spinning doors. It's great.
So there was a lot of I like that. So as
I like
far
that
as
kind of humor.
The movie, I thought that was good. We got some of that with Aquaman and Mira, where she's eating flowers and things
that's
like
fun
that.
Too. That's fun too.
I like the world building.
Put glasses on her. It would have been funny.
That's true. At least sunglasses.
Fake
right?
glasses.
Yeah. I love the vibrant colors of both.
Oh man, Aquaman's colors were great.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought Wonder Woman's were really good until I saw Aquaman.
Yeah. The scene where she comes out of the trench into no man's land, and
I feel like with that movie, like it's all coming to where she comes out of the trench, and then like it's all dark and grim until then. Except for at Themyscira.
Yeah.
And then like suddenly you have this bright character of her showing up in her full suit, which is awesome. And like when she's around, it brightens up the world. When she's not around, it's dark. I think that's really great.
Yeah. The fact I love when she steps out into no man's land and she has the bright costume.
Yeah, that's
and it's like dismal and depressing all around. And yet, there's that bright spot in the midst of all that death and destruction.
And we have to laugh when every time they say like it's no man's land, and you just think I think of like a Return of the King. I am no man. And then Eowyn chops off the thing's head. That's great. Or stabs the Witch King. But yeah, I like the bright colors and of Aquaman. I mean, it really made me think of Thor, which Thor 3 was really great.
Yeah, but so the flip side of the DC things is DC is building up their pantheon with the mythology and stuff, and Marvel's scaling it back. They destroyed Asgard, and so those folks are now displaced, and they're in need of a king. So
well, I think DC's in a good place right now because they have 2 really successful movies. They got Shazam coming up, so I mean, who doesn't like Captain Marvel? And
I've got big hopes.
I
for
think
this
he's going to
movie.
be the better Superman.
Yeah.
In the
More
MCU. I mean, eventually we'll probably get a better Superman, hopefully.
Yeah, you gotta hope.
But you know,
Because we like
Shazam,
Superman.
if they do it right, it should be. Captain Marvel will be better than the Superman that we already got.
Right.
So I feel like they've only got him up. Whereas Marvel is about to have to get rid of all their original characters and put the new ones in, and I just don't think that they're going to hold us like the old ones do. I mean, I could be wrong, and I'll probably go watch all the movies, but
right.
It's just like, I don't know if they'll be quite as good as what we have so far, and then what'll happen? Marvel will go back and reboot everything.
Well, and one of the things with Marvel is the Asgardians are leaving the scene, but the Doctor Strange crazy universe stuff is about to get keyed up some. I would imagine in the second one, more mystical threats as opposed to mythical threats. So there's no shortage of directions they can go. Let's just hope they're dedicated to going there and taking risks like they did with Aquaman and banking on it.
Yeah.
And
Avengers 3 was
the
beautiful.
Scale of that is just it's a thing of beauty. Like they could have made a movie where a team of Avengers went to Titan and that was the whole movie. They didn't do that.
Yeah.
They went there. They went to Nidavellir.
Went everywhere.
Right.
And they've got a part 2 basically in Avengers 4 coming out in a few months.
So I can't put this Avengers 3 on my top 10 movie list because the story's not over yet.
I don't care. It's up there.
It's amazing.
It's one of the best movies ever made.
Right. I'm trying to think of another example because
what I'll do is when they bring out number 4 and assuming it's really excellent, I'll just combine them and treat them as one movie. I'll be like Avengers 3 and 4, one movie, one story.
We were talking about it before we started.
It's kind of like how I do Star Wars. I see it all as one movie.
Yeah.
So when I say Star Wars is the best movie, I'm thinking 1 through 6.
Okay.
So.
All right. Well, I think we've come to the consensus that Captain America is definitely the best trilogy of comic book movies. And so
we can say that because Star Wars was comic book after the movie.
That's right. So. It had its birth in the movies and then became successful in the comic book world.
But man, it's hard because there's so many old movies that are really, really excellent. And so we've been debating where to put Batman Begins. He's gonna have to think about Spider-Man 2. Probably not think very hard about that one, but Superman, the original.
Can you believe that movie's 15 years old? 15 years old.
Oh man, I was a kid when that came out, and so it's just like, where do we place them all? We're not really sure, and we just want a little bit more time so we can settle.
Do justice
to it, because we're all about the justice. DC. Anyways,
needless to say, it'll be interesting to see how many Marvel movies and how many DC movies make the list. Will it be DC heavy, Marvel heavy, or will it be balanced?
But anyways, we just wanted to throw some thoughts. First time he'd seen Wonder Woman. We're pretty excited.
Great movie.
We love it. Ready for the second one. Not really sure how they're going to do with Steve Rogers. Or not Steve
Trevor.
Steve Trevor. Terrible with names.
Dude, World War I, Steve Trevor. World War II, Steve Rogers.
Yeah, there you go. And then
except it used to be
apparently Cold War we get Steve Trevor again for some weird reason.
Yeah, not sure how that's going to work. I know in the TV show he was the son of the original or something. Because they went from World War II to the 70s.
But you were saying they were flip-flopping roles with Wonder Woman teaching Steve
Right,
Trevor.
that's what I read.
And
so
if that's true, then it's
got to be
the
the
same
original
guy.
Right.
But he shouldn't come back. Look,
he had an excellent movie.
The Arrow TV show made that same mistake of bringing everybody back. Don't do it in the DCEU. If you want a good, clean DCEU, just end it there. It's okay to have a few flashbacks.
It's okay to kill people.
End it. Well, and that's what I was going to say. Like, DC has killed somebody. Like, they've killed people.
Like Superman, and they brought him.
Right. Well, I mean, that's irrelevant. And that's one of the
problems.
No,
it's totally relevant because that's why Justice League. All those mega powerful characters could take Steppenwolf, and then all of a sudden, oh, Superman's back to handle our light work.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because I'd say Doomsday is better than Steppenwolf. And they only needed 3 of them.
Wow.
And then Steppenwolf took the whole Justice League to beat.
I don't get that.
I'm actually really only just took Superman, but
I know when he shows up, it's like.
But look, I mean,
hey, Wonder Woman, you and Aquaman, y'all sit this out. I know y'all are tough and stuff.
But they made Wonder Woman so OP in the Wonder Woman movie. Why could she not take Steppenwolf by herself?
I don't know.
Especially when you got Aquaman in there.
Right.
Like, come on. Aquaman is one of the strongest guys in the DC universe. Like,
he's a tank.
Surely he could take it. I mean, he's not the top, but he's up there.
Right.
He's above Steppenwolf, so it's just like,
even if they're tied, with all the extra help he's got from the Justice League, they should have been able to.
Should have easily been, and it would have made a better movie if they did.
I mean, I know you wanted to bring Superman back, but
I feel like there are way better ways to do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are our thoughts. Let us know what you think.
Random thoughts.
We'll probably I'll probably have a couple more videos before I move, but this might be the last time you see us in one room for a little while. But we'll be trying to do some Skype stuff and whatnot. So thanks for watching. Go ahead and subscribe. Leave a like. Give us a comment. Tell us what you think, what you want to hear. And
tell us we're right. Tell us we're wrong.
That's right.
Tell us you like it. Tell us you don't. We just want to hear from you.
That's right. And we will catch you next time. Peace.